Hey guys, welcome back to C2E2 on Newsarama. I'm Justin Tyler here with Doug MAHNKE talking about endings and beginnings, I guess.
Very true.
You're closing up a big, long run
Yep, 4-year run on 4-year run on Green Lantern.
and going out with a bang, obviously.
Definitely. The final issue for me and Jeff, issue 20. My contribution is 55 pages worth, and it's I think a 66-page book or something like that.
So the sort of the heft of the title.
It's massive. It's got everything that Jeff has ever been working on for the last 9 years, and he's tying everything up in this book, and it's huge.
Are there any what particular Green Lanterns are you gonna like sort of miss drawing the most? Is there one or two?
Oh, misdrawing anyone? No. The characters have been fun to work with. So, in practical terms of missing anybody, no, because they're still around. I'm still going to run into them. Going over to JLA, I got Baz. It's like my baby. Hal's Green Lantern to just about everybody, and I certainly have figured out how to draw him, I guess, over the course of 4 years, and I'll see him again.
With Baz, you were there sort of for his origin. So did you have a hand in the design of the character?
Absolutely. I hands-on completely when it came to the design. Yeah, I bounced off ideas against Jeff and got feedback, but ultimately it was predominantly my design.
That's awesome. And so jumping into JLA, is there going to be any sort of shift in your sort of style?
We'll see just how much. Green Lantern is filled with characters. JLA is definitely filled with characters. I hope I don't have to economize. But it'll be nice to be dealing with the new schedule, and the Green Lantern schedule is really compact, and it was a difficult schedule. And we're going to start ahead on Justice League of America, so I shouldn't have to change anything, but we'll see.
And are you redesigning any of the characters in that book going forward?
No, not that I know of. It's great stuff. Can't really fix what is not broke, so I'll just come on and riff it in my own way. And it's interests me back on JLA. I did the classic JLA before. What is known as the Justice League now. This is a different set. Martian Manhunter still is with it, and I have a Green Lantern, which is Simon, and then the rest people I haven't spent any time with. So it's going to be a new ground.
That's great. And you're jumping into sort of a big crossover pretty soon here.
That's what I hear. Totally. I mean, my head has been down just completely working on Green Lantern, especially this final issue took a ton of focus. So, just all of a sudden looking up and they're saying, yeah, we got all this going on. Yeah, it's news to me, so I'm going to learn hard and fast, what's happening.
Is it different drawing such a long issue, talking about Green Lantern, a 55-pager like that? Does it take sort of more time per page because you're sort of controlling the whole environment?
More time per page. Really what I wanted to do was give every page its due. And, I'm really happy how it turned out. We had a plethora of inkers, and was very selective about, trying to, scenes by scenes, having them at least to be inked by one person. So it looks pretty seamless. It looks really good, in spite of having so many hands, working on the finishes of the book. But, page by page, my real focus was to not have any, throwaway pages. I mean, there are times I had to cut my losses on some stuff, but I made sure that the cool stuff was down before I started cleaving off detail.
And how does that work? So you like when you're working with so many inkers, you're like go scene by scene. You're like you're going to do this one, and then sort of clean it up, and then you said you're cutting panels and moving stuff around.
It's not so much cutting panels, but when you're up against a deadline and you have so much work ahead of you, and everything is really lush. There's a lot of stuff in it, and best laid plans is this panel is going to be filled with all of this stuff. And then, as the reality sets in, you realize, well, I got to get this in FedEx, I got to get it to, inker A, B, or C. Then it's like, okay, what can I take out? What can I fill in black? Is everything important here? And, that's what happens.
Yeah. So it's like time and also creative editing, sort of at the same time, dealing with all that pressure. And so, but willpower, I guess, is what powered through. Very similar to Green Lantern. Am I right?
Willpower?
Yeah.
I required some of it, yeah. Willpower definitely is what got to the end of the book. It was the longest. I've done some tough schedules before, and Final Crisis, finishing up that for DC, I did that, and it wasn't as long. It was, considerably less pages. In this case, it wasn't just, I had a lot of pages. So I had a lot of pages in a very fixed amount of time, yeah. But at the same time, this is Jeff's last book, You don't want to just like, okay, we got it done. It's okay. It doesn't matter.
Okay.
You want to say, this isn't like Jeff has these fantastic images that he wanted displayed in the book. They're very pivotal to the story. So you have to put everything into them. This is what makes the book. If you're going to have a book this long, it's got to look good. So I definitely, I went without sleep just so I could get a lot of these pages right.
Yeah.
And I made sure the ones that were really cool, they look cool,
Well, the last 4 pages are supposed to make our heads explode, and you created them, so.
The last 4 pages, I don't know.
That's the rumor flying.
I'm a part of it, I suppose. See, there's so many last 4 pages to me.
Yeah, right.
Because, my contribution is up to a certain amount of pages of the story. Then I skip, towards the end, because Jeff brought in a few different people who were pivotal to the Green Lantern run,
Yeah.
and had them do stuff too. So then there's a little chunk that I don't do, and then there's a couple pages I do. So I don't even know where the actual end of the book is. I think I'm a part of the final few pages. But yeah, number 1, story-wise, definitely. It's got some incredible stuff in it. And I think I know what they're talking about. There's some stuff. You guys just wait. It's coming out soon, and it's awfully interesting stuff.
Awesome. Well, thanks for talking to us. I look forward to seeing JLA, and I imagine you do as well.
Well, I'm ready for a change. I mean, I can't believe it's here, but come Monday, I sit down with a script and get busy. So, whoa, it's time.
Yeah. Well, that's awesome. Thanks for talking to us,
Yeah.
and thank you guys for watching Newsarama for C2E2.